And just like that, we back. We back. We ready. We ready. Now you see on media said Canelo wanted the best versus the best. You told me the best versus the best. Now you see him. He done fucked up. You know he done fucked up, right? You said no. You said that Canelo the best versus the best. You know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Everybody bow your heads. We about to bomb first. Always hating on Canelo. That's what's up. But you clicked on the video. Everybody bow your heads. Shout out to Reed. Oh, he got clapped. Yes. Yes. I don't know who clapped you. Oh, Business Bray with the clap. Bro. I just got back to the crib and thought about something. See, this is a beautiful day. Shout out to Reno, Nevada. Hey, Business Brain. Oh my God, he aimed straight for your brain. Listen. Bro. Just listen. All right, listen. I haven't even explained what this video is about or said anything about Canelo. And you see Ramos, look at the names, faces, and profile pics of the people doing the most hating. I ain't even said nothing about him. I ain't even said nothing about Canelo, what the video's about. You don't know where I'm going with it. And he said, oh, he's hating on Canelo. You see, this proves what I've always told you. These beta males. And still, how are you angry off of the title? I ain't even said nothing about what the title's about or not. And they are, oh, you're hating. Bro, you don't even know what I'm about to say. And they still click on it. So what does that tell you? Listen, I got the Lucky Flames now. I'm the kid with the Lucky Flames. I said, I'm the kid with the Lucky Flame. Listen, everybody bow your head. We're going to light one up for old media. Oh my gosh. We're going to have a candlelight vigil for old media. Y'all see that? Everybody bow your head. Amen. Bro, they angry as fuck. Bro, they can they could do whatever. Dislike, that's what's up. That shit don't change nothing. That just motivate me. I got my lucky flame. Oh my gosh. They angry already. Notice I'm hating on everybody when I say something you don't want me to say about a fighter. Oh, you hate Joshua. Oh, you hate Canelo. All right. That's all they say. They don't even wait for the information sometimes. So you know what that is. Listen, put it like this. If you don't even wait to hear somebody's point, then that means you never were going to accept the point. How can you say somebody's wrong and you ain't even let them say nothing? That means you didn't want to hear. You were already checked out. You were already tuned in. Or you were tuned in, but you tuned out. Bars. Let's get it. I said you tuned in, but you tuned out. So I don't care if we lose them. This for the real ones. This for the real boxing fans. Shout out to boxing fan. Exactly. That means their mind is made up. No matter what you say, they gonna be man fans. And they're gonna try to dye their hair red like Canelo and all types of shit. But there's a difference, because Canelo in Bugattis and his girlfriend is pretty, and your girlfriend look like a fucking water moccasin. And you not in the Bugatti, you on the Bussy. You riding the bus, you riding public transport. So there's a difference. You not Canelo. Canelo got it made. His life is taken care of. His family, they good. But you not. You not in the Bugatti. You in the Bubussi. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for y'all. Smash the like button. Y'all know you done fucked up. You done fucked up, right? Boo Bussy. Bro, that's what they be riding. My bad, I was looking at a different screen. Bro, yo, they chicks be looking like Water Moccasin and, you know, Fleetwood Mac and shit. Motherfucker look, yo bitch look like an insect. Fucking don't make me call the Orkin man looking ass chicks, bro. You trying to be Canelo. You'll never be Canelo. At least he pulls some fine women. You ain't gonna be that. You pulling a chick from the big lots in the back, the one that come out with that hand truck. That's what you pull. The big lot chick with the back brace. With the back brace and the hand truck from big lots. I don't even know why they look. I don't even know why they come from. You see Mike Tyson on the shirt. You see it, bro. Yeah, motherfucker got Lizzo, Rikishi and shit. Man, what the fuck? Hey, who gassed her up? Viscera looking at, bro. Who gassed who? Why is she like? I don't even understand this whole Lizzo thing. Like, no, I don't even know her. I'm not trying to hate, but I'm just like, she had her ass out at the Laker game. I'm like, what? Like, man, what the fuck? Scarlett take a tumble looking ass. That's weird. That's just not something you really wear. That's not something you really wear out there like that. That's just weird. And people saying she's like being like, is her weight? Nah, it's not her weight, bro. That would be weird if, what are you, Prince? When Prince had his ass out, that shit was weird. That motherfucker went to an award show. You know, I'd like to thank the Academy for this award. And that motherfucker turned around and butt cheeks out. Like, that's weird for anybody. People are like, oh, you're just saying that because she's big. No, I'm saying that because that's weird. When Prince had his cheeks out, Living Color made, they were like, Prince, butt out jean. Bet your bottom dollar. Ah, ooh, I can make you feel alright. Bro, it was weird when he did it. Rest in peace to Prince. But come on, bro. Charlo needs to prove something. Who are you? Oh, shit. Business break. Bro, he taking a headshot. Yeah, I don't know who gassed her up to be doing all this extra shit. This is weird. Anyway. Listen. Smash the like button. Young God in the flesh. We gonna talk about it. This is how I know that Canelo man fans, the man fan, not if you just like, listen, if you're a moderate, regular fan of any of these fighters where we talk about these little issues, then I don't put you automatically in the Canelo man fan category or the AJ man fan category. But if you're being unrealistic, you're not being rational, you're not being factual, you're not being logical, you're not being realistic, then, you know, you sound like a stalker. These are things that put you into the man fan. And that's my word that I made up because I see other people using it. You know, I made that up for boxing, FYI. Then you start going into the man fan category when you start doing all that extra shit. Somebody said I smashed the like button, bro. Answer my question. That's not how that works. You don't tell me what to do. You sit back. It's like a roller coaster. You just sit back and enjoy the ride. Huh. Man, watch new media get this work. Y'all want me to get the work off, I know. This is what proves, like you see in the title, 100% that Canelo man fans don't want the smoke. With Charlo and Andrade. You know what? I don't even know I'm on this track. I'm gonna let the Eagles Army ride on y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all a question and y'all answer. What type of BS excuses have you heard from Canelo man fans why Canelo shouldn't just start throwing out the excuses that you have heard from Canelo man fans as to why Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo, two champions in the division, should not get the Canelo fight? Just throw out some random things you've heard from the Canelo man fans. Watch me work. Watch them. They don't sell. Great. Yeah, we're doing it like Family Feud. They don't have pay-per-view numbers. Andrade is boring. Okay, what else? Numbers, yep. Because they're boring. Good. We're doing this like Family Feud. I've heard the same things. They haven't beat anyone. Yep. Keep it going. He need to prove this and that. Yep. Nah, I never heard someone say because they black. They just insinuate they don't. No one just came out and said, Icy, you made that up. They style is boring. Their style of fight. Okay, great. So right then and there, I ain't say nothing. They're not popular. Great answers. I haven't even said nothing. So it's apparent the world of boxing at large, multiple people have heard these different reasons. This is what exposes everything that I've been saying on this new media shit, West Side, because guess what? We're going to jump right into the content. This man, Terrence Crawford, says he's willing to go up to 160, and I was looking and perusing in the comment section when people was talking about this. Multiple comment sections and forums. They're like, yeah, bring on the fight. Yeah, Canelo versus Crawford. This is great. Blah, blah. And I'm like, I start thinking, I'm like, wait a minute. Crawford's a beast. Let's not get that twisted. But you want to see Canelo versus Crawford, who's at 147 and would be jumping up 2 weight classes and is not a champion at 154 or 160, but guys who have been champions at 154 and 160, Andrade, Jamal Charlo, you don't want to see it? Bro, it's exposed. That's it. New media, once again. How do you want to see Canelo fight someone 2 divisions lower than? See, that's what I'm saying. If the black fighter is at a deficit or a perceived deficit, this is not even a knock on Crawford because I haven't even gotten to my thoughts on if they fight. If the black fighter is at some type of major handicap or a perceived deficit, you see how a lot of the Canelo man fans are all for the fight. Errol Spence, if he moves up 2 divisions to fight Canelo, yeah, make the fight. Good fucking fight. I love it. Bring it on. For the first time, we're really hearing Crawford talking about moving to 60, and he mentioned Canelo. You see all these comments. I'm sitting up here wondering, damn, where are all the resistance comments that Charlo and Andrade is getting? Where are those at? Bro, the people in the comment section were just embracing a Terrence Crawford Canelo fight. Bro, it's official. New media. It's the new wave. You like Canelo's chances versus Crawford because he's undersized compared to Canelo, who's fought from 60 to 68 to 75. So you're okay with that risk because you're not sure if Crawford could outbox him and or hurt him. But the guys that you know are adequate size, been the champions. Okay, I'm a hypocrite. You got 10 seconds to explain. Shooters, leave him alone. Anthony Lee, you got 10 seconds on the clock. Shot clock. How am I a hypocrite? What'd I say? Tell me in 10 seconds, now 9 seconds, how I'm a hypocrite. You have 8 seconds, sir. Good luck. This is why I lit a candle for you. because I know you're not going to be with us shortly. 7 seconds. How am I a hypocrite? I don't want to hear anything else but why I'm a hypocrite. Anthony Lee, read up above. Block him. Nope. I just asked you a direct question. You don't give me a direct response. Gotta go, gotta go. This is my show. I ain't reading shit. You copy and paste. Oh, you can't because you've been block him. Oh, my gosh. Who next? Catching bodies already. Bro, they just here to try to distract, but we put them on the shot clock like a basketball game. You ain't finna just dribble around and burn time. You got to put that shot up, and it's either gonna brick or you're gonna sink your shot. And I'm up for the challenge. We gonna contest the fuck at what the fuck y'all talking about. So, man, just go look at it. Anybody who made a video about it, anybody who posted on Instagram, any major boxing websites that, reported it. Bob Arum says he's open to making it. Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? He says he's down to make it. Blah, blah, blah. Look at what people are saying. Bro, I didn't see none of the same negativity that we always get when you mention Canelo versus guys in his actual division. Demetrius Andrade's boring. Okay, he's a runner. But they said Crawford, a lot of the same fans said Crawford ran versus Postal and ran versus Jose Benavidez. Stupid shit. So why you want to see Canelo versus him? They say, oh, who is he beat? But a lot of the same people say Crawford resume is too light for them. When you put Crawford on the pound for pound number one and other people put Canelo as number one after he just won versus Kovalev, they're like, bullshit, look at Canelo's resume versus look at Crawford's resume. Now all of a sudden, they don't care what Crawford's resume is. So if, again, the Black Channel, if the Black Channel say Crawford's number one pound for pound, from the man fans, what do you hear? Oh, look at Canelo's resume versus look at Crawford's resume. Okay, so if Crawford's bro, they're trapped either way. If Crawford's resume is so bad to you, then why you want to see him fight Canelo? But you don't want to see him fight Charlo, and you don't want to see him fight Andrade. Oh my God. I told you it's gonna be a cold winter. Winter solstice. It's gonna be cold. They say, oh, he ain't a pay-per-view star. As if that matters, since Canelo ain't on fucking pay-per-view himself. Stupid shit. Bro, it's just too many ways to slice and dice these dudes. Oh, Charlo, Andrade, they're not pay-per-view star. Okay, Canelo he's not on pay-per-view either. He with DAZN. They don't do bye-bye pay-per-view. So why are we talking about pay-per-view? Canelo has a pay structure, a payout structure for how much he's getting. So why does money matter at this point? Bro, they can't answer these questions. You're focusing on the haters too much, Ego. Block them. I'm focused on you getting blocked. Look at the names, faces, and the profile pics of the people. Miguel Bernal Garcia. Block him. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to focus on what I want to focus on. See, this is what happens when old media start getting beat to a pulp. Instead of just throwing the white towel in, and like we all are, everybody is like, damn, Ego destroying them. He destroying them, throwing the white towel. They still want to blame me, call me ugly, say I'm a bitch, and all types of extra shit without answering the question. It's the same thing. Bro, you ain't finna, oh, you're focused on, I'm going to keep focusing on them until they dead, bro. Don't come here. You know what this video is about? That literally, they don't, I'm telling you, the thing is, they're trying to act like they have a problem with it. But I said, man fans, old media, 100% proof. That's the title of this video. And they still clicked on it. But then they want to act brand new when they get in here. Oh, why are you focusing on this? No, you're getting embarrassed. You're probably one of the people I'm talking about. You got to go. Unless you're going to prove me wrong, you got to go. It's that simple. You see? They always here to Stop. Who cares? No, y'all gonna get knocked out the game or throw in the white towel. They would see, like Pac said, niggas love to scream peace after they start some shit. No. People said Canelo can't fight X, Y, and Z at 160. Champions. Too boring, too much running, no resume. So Terrence Crawford ain't even fought at 54, let alone 60. Why would they want to see that? He ain't a champion at 160. He ain't doing crazy numbers on pay-per-view. Why they want to see that? But they want to hold Andrade and Charlo. Bro, it's very easy to see what the real culprit is here. These dudes know a threat when they see it. So if they can minimize the threat or perceived minimize, like they don't, a lot of these dudes, they don't want Errol Spence to fight someone 2 divisions up like Mikey Garcia, despite Mikey Garcia picked that fight. Like Jay said, please don't bark up that tree. That tree will fall on you. Errol Spence wasn't looking for Mikey Garcia. He was down Keith Thurman's throat. That fight came up because Mikey opened his mouth. And you'll see some of the same Canelo man fans, and they'll say stuff like, oh, why is Errol fighting little guys? Or Floyd, who's always been undersized per his competition, fights one guy, Tenshin Nasukawa, when he's 42 or some bullshit. Oh yeah, Floyd likes to pick on small guys. Like he's not usually the smallest person in the fucking event, in the main event. Bro, it's looking so bad for old media. It's looking so bad. So I really want, like, people, I guess the people expected me to talk heavily about the Canelo. First of all, I thought it was a weird call out. And to me, I think it like, I ain't heard Terrence Crawford or Bob Arum talk about this at all. And then the week of a fight that, a Mean Machine fight, now it's coming out. Bro, it looks like, to me, I'm not going too far into it because it looks like a top-ranked trick. Bro, listen, we're entering a new era in boxing. I don't know if you guys see it. The same shit that they did years ago don't work anymore. Like, remember Canelo was about to fight Triple G, and Oscar De La Hoya said he's running for president against Kanye West. Literally the week of the fight. We ain't heard De La Hoya since he got 2 lawsuits. Some chick said he, used his fist and made things uncomfortable. All types of shit. We ain't heard nothing about this presidential election run. Bro, that stuff nobody believes this stuff anymore. You wait till a week of a fight. Top Rank always does this. Pacquiao about to fight Chris Algieri. It's not generating enough interest. Talk about Mayweather. Because at that point, Mayweather and Pacquiao hadn't fought. You know what I mean? Hey, block Carlos Mendoza. He a rat. Block him. Look at the names, faces, and profile pictures of people doing the most hating. Icy, don't associate with him. He a rat, bro. He a rat. Why would you even need to know that unless you plan on joining? Now he want to know what happens when you get blocked. Now you have a first-hand experience. You can journal it. You can make videos about what happens because you there right now. Yeah, so now you know what happened. Bro, he a rat. Come on. Yeah, he's like, what happens if you get blocked? Okay, you going to find out. Yeah, we'll show you. We going to put you in that portal. Yeah, you going in the portal. Dimension X. You in the Twilight Zone now. Come on, man. You gonna block me? Bro, we got to stay focused. See, this is what happens. Bruh, I'm coming out talking boxing. I'm not talking about nothing else but boxing. They keep switching the subject. What's up? I'm waiting for the answers to how this makes sense. How do the Canelo man fans want to see a Crawford fight, him move up? A lot of them were down to see Errol Spence fight, but then, oh no, not Better Biev, and definitely not that Charlo fella, not Andrade, for X, Y, and Z reasons. For what? What? How does that make any sense to anybody? You don't want, bottom line is you don't trust Canelo. Just like AJ fans. You don't believe that he's what they say he is, so you don't want to see, you want to see them coast it and tread lightly in winnable fights. Same thing with Triple G, same thing with Lomachenko, bro. That's the only reason that one would do something like that. If you honestly thought Charlo would get his ass beat, these dudes don't even like Charlo. So if you don't like Charlo, why would you rather see Canelo get franchised if you believe Canelo knocks him out in one round like you just typed? You should be wanting to see the fight more than me, because the guy you're rooting for is gonna get the win, and the guy you hate is gonna get knocked out in one round. The only reason one would do that is if they don't believe it. If they don't believe what they're saying, there is no other reason. That's like having a crush on a girl and you know your chances of pulling her is 100 out of 100. If you're confident that you could pull the girl, then what's stopping you? If you're like, man, that girl, I have a biggest crush. She's in my chemistry class, and I think we have a little bit of chemistry. Man, I like that girl, Lydia. Lydia's fine in a motherfucker. I bet you I could approach her and I could pull that. Then you would do it. There ain't nothing to talk about. If you could pull Lydia from chemistry class and you have a crush on her, then what's preventing you? Nothing. Unless deep down inside, you don't believe you can pull Lydia. Just like these boxing fans. You don't have enough faith in your fighter that he gets it done. Meanwhile, real boxing fans who aren't that heavily invested in either the fighter, they want to see the best versus the best. You know, I know this is a hard concept for some of you guys, especially the racists, to understand. But there's a lot of people who like Joshua and like Wilder, or don't mind, you know, and they just want to see the fight. Or they like Canelo and Charlo, like the way they both fight. That's why they want to see a badass fight. Bro, it's looking ugly. The only people that don't want this is old media, the racists, and people who don't have faith. If you have faith, you would do it. Like I said, if you could pull that hot chick in chemistry class and you're certain of it, you would do it. You have a crush on her, but you know she got a banging body and you know your success rate. The only reason is if you have doubts internally that you can actually do it. You might see people lie like Joshua and they talk themselves up, but deep down it don't seem like they really believe what they're saying. You know, that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of energy and time we on. Canelo needs to fight Charlo or Andrade. Nobody cares about the Triple G3 fight like they once maybe did. Triple G really lost his last fight. Why would you want to see Canelo versus Crawford, who's never fought at 54, just because he mentioned Canelo? You want to see him fight at 160. They want Canelo to have the advantages. See, when me and Eric Morales and Julio Cesar Chavez and Marquez and all these people condemn Canelo for this type of stuff, the man fans act like they can't understand. What do you mean? Oh, da da da. But Canelo keeps putting himself in position. And I'm not saying with this because I haven't heard Canelo respond to fighting Crawford. But I'm just saying, if he were to fight Crawford, he keeps putting himself in the position to be scrutinized. Period. Okay. Let's say there was some women's rights groups and they start coming for me and they say, hey, Ego, you're a slime bucket. And I'm like, why? And they said, because you target vulnerable women who are coming out of bad situations and bad marriages because they're, mentally distraught. So you target them, and those are the girls that you target and get to know and build their trust, and then you sleep with them and leave them, right? So let's say there was this stigma about me, is that I was targeting women who were coming out of abusive relationships, bad relationships, failed marriages, separated, divorced, and some women's rights group was like, man, you keep targeting vulnerable women instead of, making a chick fall for you the old fashioned way. Someone with a clear head, someone who's not coming through, a tragic end to a relationship, or someone who don't have daddy issues, someone who's not going through a divorce. And I'm like, man, bullshit. That ain't true. That ain't true. And then my next 3 girlfriends, all coming from failed marriages, broken homes, daddy issues, a relationship. Then at that point, I am not doing a good job of proving the women's group wrong who think this about me, right? Everybody follow this? So if there was this stigma and someone's like, hey, I caught on to you. I see your plan. You keep targeting vulnerable women because their minds might be weaker. And I'm like, man, that's bullshit. But then you look at my next 3 girlfriends and they all fit that profile where they're coming out of broken homes and been raped and been assaulted and, marriage failed and divorces and stuff like that, got cheated on by their dude. Then how could you get mad that people continue to feel that? That's Canelo. That's AJ. People keep saying what they say about AJ. He ain't doing nothing to improve the stigma, people's perception of him. Canelo has been reminded of all the little tactics he's doing, and he keeps doing them. Oh, hey, man, what's up with all these weight stipulations? Hey, why you catching guys on the backside of their career, 35 and older? When you going to fight someone closer to your age? How come you don't fight a champion, someone with some momentum? You're fighting guys that have been stopped before. Oh, no, that's bullshit. And then he keep doing it. So whose fault is that? Or who's telling the truth? If you want to change like an image of you, then you have to put some work in. Canelo is a good fighter. He can change this image if he stops with the gamesmanship, stops with the weight stipulations, picks somebody in prime. If you're worried about, if it actually matters to you, and you're worried about your legacy, and you're worried about, you're tired of Marquez, and prove people wrong by not doing it. Prove new media wrong by not doing it. But in boxing, we keep seeing new media point out the patterns, and then the patterns continue to happen, and we lead the charge, and old media somehow crawls from under a rock acting like we got something wrong. I told you this year, Canelo had multiple fights. He wasn't fighting Charlo or Andrade. Surprise, motherfucker. He didn't fight Charlo or Andrade. So I said, man, when is Canelo going to fight Charlo or Andrade? His fans is trying their best to stick up for him and act like he's going to. Oh, he's about to fight your boy and fuck him up next. Like, anytime they say that your boy shit, you already know it. That's code words. Charlo ain't my boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but that ain't my boy. Like, we just hang out. You know what I'm saying? Andrade ain't my boy. That yo boy shit, that shit, you know what that mean. They want to attach because that's what a lot of the man fans themselves do. It's looking ugly. Smash the like button. He said, what else does Canelo have to prove? What has he proven? He has a cool resume. But bro, what? Okay. Name a guy who was looking like the best person in the division, and Canelo pulled away and separated his skill set from them and blew them out the water. Who? Name somebody that Canelo did that to. And please don't say James Kirkland or something. Because ain't nobody thought James Kirkland was the ruler of 154 when you had Jermell and Jamal Charlo there and Demetrius Andrade alongside Canelo. Name one person. Bro, Jacobs is a good fighter, but his last couple of fights before Canelo, some people were saying he lost to Derevyanchenko and Selesky. And he lost to Golovkin. So how do people say he was the best? It's not making sense. Bro, y'all getting slaughtered, bro. Y'all getting slaughtered. And listen, you getting slaughtered. The other thing about it is this. Bro, the other thing about it is this. I said where he showed separation and pulled away. In the Jacobs fight, he didn't even do that. You see, y'all listen to half the question. Y'all not fucking with me. Just admit it. Like AJ said, bow down. Yeah, I'm AJ now. Bow down. You're not even listening to the full question. I said somebody that people thought might be the one best guy in the division. You know, something that pretty, you know, that's how prominent, that's how they were looking, you know, like, damn, this is the top one or two guy, and then Canelo beat them and blew them out. Like, Mayweather beat Canelo, and at the time, he was looking like one of the best guys at 54, and Mayweather had to make him slow up his roll. That's what they were saying. They were saying Canelo's the new De La Hoya and Golden Boy, and he just beat Trout, made him do the stanky leg. Jaime Sandoval, cool resume with old, weak-ass fighters. Oh, wow. Oh, he said old-ass fighters. He didn't say the weak part. And the other, shout out to my boy Icy, bro. He didn't dominate Triple G in the two fights. He started to in the second fight, but then he fell off in the second half. And Golovkin, you know, held his ground a bit and hurt Canelo. So when has Canelo showed separation like that? Bro, Marquez took Pacquiao, who we know was one of the best in the division, especially at that time, and he stretched him. No questions, no judges, no weird scorecards. One punched him into, you know, a bad dream. Marquez beat Juan Diaz. It was him and Juan Diaz were the number one lightweights at the time, the highest ranked people, and they fought on HBO. That's fact. Mayweather beat Juan Manuel Marquez after he conquered lightweight. And Mayweather came off a 2-year layoff to do that. Bro, you guys are failing horribly. Bro, he ain't never showed no type of set. That's why they want people. He has a good resume. He's probably a cool dude. But he ain't never showed no Mayweather Gotti separation, Mayweather Corrales separation, Mayweather Hatton, where he knocked out somebody that Hatton, people sleep on that. This is before Pacquiao knocked him out. Mayweather knocked out the undefeated Hatton, who had beaten Castillo and Costa Tzu. Costa Tzu beat Julio Cesar Chavez, and he beat against Zab Judah, stopped him. So Costa Tzu is a good fighter. And Ricky Hatton beat him. Bro, name somebody that Canelo showed, like pulled away from, like Mayweather Corral. Bro, he ain't done that. Even the Cotto fight. I thought he beat Cotto, but he didn't just like blast Cotto out this, like, damn near Saddam Ali beat him. But Austin Trout beat Cotto better than Canelo. Austin Trout had Cotto looking like shit. Mayweather definitely beat him better than at an older age. Exactly. Someone said Rocky Fielding. Yeah, so the names that nobody thought was the best, he blasted them out. Even the Kovalev fight, bro, he was losing. Bro, see, I told you, I put it in perspective you can't even deny. If it was, okay, if I said this to Floyd Mayweather, I would sound like a fucking idiot, right? If I said name somebody who has some good momentum and was, you know, top guys in the division and Floyd beat him. Bro, you could say hella people. Corrales, you know, you could say Gotti, you could say Pacquiao was a top guy even when they fought. It ain't just anybody was beating Pacquiao. Hey, Jaime Sandoval out of pocket, bro. He said Amir Khan was beating Canelo. Fact. I gave Amir Khan the first 4 rounds. No cap. Amir Khan was trying, bro. That man, east. And then, and until he got east, he was jumping in with some shit. Bro, Khan won the first 4 rounds easy. Jesse Wyatt, you got a hot chick, strong-minded, independent. Who you want, you avoided her for the vulnerable chick. It do make you look like you targeting them. Good point. Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm saying. It looks like you going after the weak. Your pities for the weak. Bro, If so, okay, listen. If someone accuses you of doing something and then you keep doing it, then how can you get mad at them for suspecting or accusing you of doing what you continue to do? It don't make any sense. Bro, if someone said, okay, say I'm gonna use relationships because that, I can think of just random scenarios. Anyway, here's an analogy. If my mom or something was like, man, you need to start treating your girl better, you know, like let's say me and my girl went to my mom's house or some shit, and my mom like heard me talk to her, and she's like, you real disrespectful to your girlfriend. You need to start treating her better. And then my girl's sitting on the couch and she said, yeah. And I'm like, shut up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That would make sense. If I'm like, no, I don't disrespect her. I don't disrespect her. And then she's like, well, you do. Shut up, you stupid bitch. Like, I treat her like Ice Cube in Boys in the Hood. Shut up, bitch. Bro, if someone's accusing you of you doing something and then you keep doing it, then how can you get mad at them for speculating that you were doing it when you keep doing it? It doesn't even make sense. Like I said, if my mom said, oh, you super disrespectful to your girlfriend or your wife or some shit, and I'm like, no, I'm not, and I'm arguing with her, no, I'm not disrespectful to her, and she was like, remember that one time? And I'm like, shut up, bitch. And I look at her like Ike Turner and shit. Then who's right, me or my mom? Okay then. Canelo can end this by ending this and not doing the same stuff. Hold on, who brought up Castillo? He gotta go. These dudes, bro, they desperate. Oh, I'm looking. What you talking about, Castillo? Bro, we looking for y'all in the crowd. Who's Daniel? Man, who the fuck is that? Castillo was destroyed the second fight, and please don't. Well, he got the W. Man, block Daniel V. That man had said Daniel in his name twice. Block him. Go do some homework. You look like 12. I'm not finna argue with no 12-year-old. This motherfucker auditioned for the new Home Alone reboot. I'm not arguing with the new Kevin McAllister. Fuck that, bro. That motherfucker was all in the video like that. That motherfucker looked like a Missy Elliott video. He was all in the lens and shit. I can't stand the rain against my window. Beep, beep. Who got that key to my Jeep? Like, that motherfucker Busta Rhymes and shit. All in the fucking screen. I make sure everything we make raw. Like, run up in your spot like my motherfucker look like a late 90s music video. Man, get this motherfucker out of here. Fucking we on fire, yeah. Like, man, get this dude out here. This is dangerous. do. Motherfucker look like a Busta Rhymes video and shit. You see how close he was? Hit you with no delay into what you're saying, y'all. Silly with my 9 milli, what I dealing, y'all. Can you back up? What the fuck? Motherfucker put the self timer on 10 seconds and still got that close. Hit you with no delay into what you're saying, y'all. Silly with my 9 milli, what I dealing. Take a couple seats back. Julio, he moody, yo. Type of nigga that's like you. Fuck that. Look at y'all. See the little cutie, yo. The way she shake and make it want to get all in the booty, yo. Bro, new media, the incomparable, the unstoppable. Who has Canelo pulled away from that we ever thought was top 3 in any division? Hey, Jaime gotta chill, bro. He got me finna choke. He said, bro, old media is Nick Cannon. Hey, that was a horrible diss, bro. Oh my gosh. He said it's Nick Cannon. That's fucked up. It's funny though. He said, you niggas that enough? Give me some on. See, I failed when I was a little kid and I bumped my head. I was like, flip mode is a squad. Run up in your spot like my name was search warrants. Man, when has Canelo fought anybody that we thought was, bro, perfect example. Name anybody, listen, at this point, who does not think Jamal Charlo and Andrade is top 3 in the division? Nobody ego, man, block this. Come on, Icy, hold me down, hold me down. Name some, okay, who's, if you don't have Jamal or, listen, if you don't have Jamal or Andrade in the top 3 at 160, please tell me what your top 3 is. Is Jamal Charlo, can y'all hear me? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? You put your own shit in the bag. I am not a sky cap. I'm Detective James Carter now. LAPD. Listen, is Jamal Charlo and Andrade not in anyone's top 3? Step up so I can destroy you in the hot seat. Out of the current 160, do you or don't you have Charlo and Andrade in your top 3? At middleweight. Top 3 at middleweight. Come on. It's an easy question. Y'all motherfuckers acting like I'm asking you calculus. Does anyone have a top 3 middleweight list where they don't have Charlo and Andrade in it currently? Oh my gosh. I'm going to ask y'all again. Does anyone have a current modern December 11th top 3 middleweight list that does not include Charlo and Andrade? If so, you're in the hot seat and let me know your list. And you have 10 seconds to immediately explain it. Based on where they're at in their current career, who has a list without them? See, I got it, bro. I'm going to take this. I promise you, I'm going to take this back to preschool. You going to get this fucking message. I'm going to break this shit down till it can't be broken down no more. Okay, great. I don't see anyone stepping up to the plate. So everybody's list pretty much has Charlo and Andrade. Thank you. So if Canelo's the top guy in the division, Andrade's the top guy in the division with a belt, and Charlo's the top guy in the division with a belt, looking good, then how come Canelo won't fight this guy or this guy? Then nobody would say anything. If he beat them with no trickery, no rehydration clauses, no weird judges scorecards, no weird controversial verdicts, no one-sided referee, no one would say anything. Now, let's jump up to Canelo's modern weight. Is there anybody who has a light heavyweight list that does not have Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev in the top 3? Top 3 or 4? No, I'll say top. Fuck it. I'll say top 3. No, I'll say top 4. Light heavyweight kind of packed, bro. Does anyone have a top 4 light heavyweight list where they don't have Beterbiev and they don't have Bivol? Does anyone have a top 4 light heavyweight list that does not include the names Bivol and Beterbiev? See, I told y'all you're gonna make it worse for yourself. I'm gonna break this down till it can't be broken. We gonna break this down for all the weed smoker. We gonna break this down to the roach. There ain't gonna be nothing left after I finish smoking. Okay, great. So once again, these are definitely top 3, top 4 guys in that division where Canelo's a champion. There would be no excuse if he has no rehydration clauses, no weight stipulations. Give them time to rest, unlike Kovalev. Coming off of good performances, fair judges, fair referee. If those things are intact, why would Canelo not get credit for that? Now, last division Canelo's in, 168. Does anyone have a top 4 list that doesn't have Benavidez, Caleb Plant? Who else is at 168? Do you have a top 3 without those 2 names? Because I don't even know. I can't think. I'm not thinking of no one that's fucking with them. Does anyone have a top 3 168 list that does not include the names Caleb Plant and David Benavidez? Which would mean you have 3 guys that you rank over them, and they're both champions. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So the 3 divisions that Canelo is in, Zordo's at 75 now. And where the fuck has he been? So, no. He's at 175, and he beat Tom Carpensey, who Chad Dawson fought after Ward stopped him. No. I'm not even including Caleb Smith because I thought he lost his last fight, so he wouldn't even really be a champion. So the best 2, right, based on modern, where they're at right now, you would have to put Benavidez and Caleb Plant in your top 3. Top 2, really. But I'm just saying at least in your top 3. Triple G just lost his last fight to me, and not just to me, to a lot of people. So why would I put him above Andrade and Charlo when it looks like he don't want? Well, it doesn't look like he won't fight them to give us closure as to who would win, and his recent performances haven't been better. So, okay, I just went through 160 to 175, and these are all guys that are in the top 3 of each division, and conveniently none of them are being picked. None of them are being picked. But Billy Joe Saunders, who didn't look good in his last fight and looked very beatable and really came from 160, he may get picked. Caleb Smith, who really lost to John Ryder, a domestic level guy, who lost to Rocky Fielding, who Canelo beat, he might get picked. Let me say that again. All right, he won a battle. Marcel Frazier, you in the hot seat. I told you these dudes ain't fucking with me. He trying to make excuses. Caleb Smith won the World Boxing Super Series against George Groves. All right, for sure. You in the hot seat. George Groves has been beaten by Badu Jack, right? He got knocked out twice by Carl Froch, another dope-ass UK guy, right? And he had been through wars. He had fights with James DeGale. That was pretty tough. A British gold medalist at the time, or British gold medalist, right? So, yeah, he won the World Boxing Super Series against the people that were in that. And the final 2 people were him. So, George Groves, it wasn't necessarily the end-all, be-all. David Benavidez wasn't in the World Boxing Super Series, and neither was Caleb Plant. So, he won it based on his seed, and it didn't have all the major world-class participants in the tournament. So, that's why he won it. Now, what's your rebuttal? You talking about the World Boxing? Man, I don't give a fuck about that. George Groves had already been stopped twice by Carl Froch, dropped by Badu Jack, and beaten by the time he even fought Caleb Smith. So what are you talking about? Oh, okay. 10 seconds. Shot clock. Good luck. 8 seconds. Where he at? I told you, the game don't wait. Y'all better be prepared at all times. saying that dumb shit. This ain't the channel you used to. All right. I got him ranked ahead of Plant. Who has Plant beaten? Jose Uzcategui, who stopped Andre Durrell, who's beat Carl Froch, who beat George Groves twice by stoppage. So Andre Durrell really beat Carl Froch, and Carl Froch really beat George Groves twice by stoppage. Bro, this dude ain't. Come on, dude. Bro, he said who is Caleb Plant beat? Caleb Plant didn't lose to no fucking John Ryder. What you talking about? He just beat Jose Uzcategui when he was a champ. Jose Uzcategui fought against dope people in the amateurs like Deryevchenko and shit. Like he fought all types of, or Korobov, all these motherfuckers, bro. Look up his pedigree. Block him. Get him out of my face. Bro, I told you. These dudes don't know what they talking about. Yeah, and Caleb Plant dropped him twice. And he beat Mike Lee, who's came from a higher division and then dropped down. So he was bigger and he came in confident. Who next? All right, Darrell, you in the hot seat. I ain't talking to these dudes. I'm just battling. I'm taking it back to my roots. Hot seat. I'm not a Canelo fan, but I think he beats both Jamal and Andrade. I don't see Canelo going back to 160 anyway. See, you making excuses. If Jacobs could still make 160, he would knock Maul out, in my opinion. But we don't. Who are you? We don't know who you are to even assess your opinion or your boxing, your boxing intuitiveness. Darrell W. You okay? Now you're okay. So you're just all around. You first of all, you said Canelo beats them both, but he won't go back to the division. Why won't he go back to the division? His coach just said he wants to fight at 160, 168. We know he don't want smoke with Better Biev at 75. So why would he not go back to 60? Oh my God, Icy, get ready. I got something for y'all. His coach said he can make 160 still. And it looks like they're going to leave 175 alone, as they should. All right, 10 seconds. I ain't waiting all day. I got a show to run. I told y'all be ready. Bro, we don't know you to assess with your credibility. And the thing is, we don't care what you think. We want to see it. You know, I thought Andy Ruiz would beat Joshua, but I didn't know the motherfucker was at Taco Bell in the car in front of me. So shit happens. That's why it's good to see it, so you can see the outcome. Shout out to King Corleone. This man said he was with Chris Jericho. All right, bro. Hey, Cursor, give him a count. See, I'm trying to be patient with these dudes, bro. But they just say the shit, and then when it comes to answer, they don't have. Cursor counted his head. Hey, Cursor foul. Man, get these dudes out of here, bro. That man didn't even give him a public count. Nah, man. Oh well. Yeah. Bro, these dudes. Oh yeah. Okay, so he said Canelo beats both, but he won't come back to the division. And he says if Jacobs could make 160, then he would knock out Jamal. But why did he leave 160 if he can make 160? So Jacobs might even be drained making 160. So how you know he's going to knock out Jamal Charlo at 160 if he's in fact possibly drained? And if he's not drained, then why did he say he can't make the weight and move up to 168? These dudes is trapped, bro. I told you, this is what happens when you think with emotion, because you don't think it through. We can, bro, you know what they try to do? It's like when you have headphones with the cord and you just throw it in your gym bag, and you might have a couple, like a USB cable and a sync cable, data cable, and other shit, and then you pull it out of your bag and it's just this mangled shit. What new media is doing is unraveling it, laying it out, and saying, okay, this is that. This is the sync cable. This is the headphone cable. You know what I'm saying? But would they try to get it all like distorted and contorted into intertwined, so you have to unravel all this bullshit? They just be saying a bunch of nothing, going in circles, beta male shit. Bottom line, like I said it. if Canelo wants to change the impression and the stigma that people are saying, guys like me, Eric Morales, David Fatelson of ESPN Deportes, right? Juan Manuel Marquez and his coach, Nacho. He can easily do it. He's the man. He making the fat paycheck. He making bank. And he can fight these guys with no stipulations, no BS, winner take all, whatever. But he's not doing that. Bro, Canelo just said he wants to fight in Japan. What's that mean? The only person I can even think of in or around his weight division where he could fight in Japan would be Ryota Murata, because he has a fake ass version of a belt. Bro, they are destroying Canelo's career, bro. They are destroying exactly Murata. That's the only person that has a belt. So why the fuck would Canelo, bro? They are destroying Canelo's career if they do that. Murata got beat up by Rob Brandt, who got beat up in the rematch. Who lost the World Boxing Super Series, didn't make it to the finals. And they talking about fucking Ken and Ryu and all this extra shit. Bro, it's bad. Canelo's trapped on the app. I don't see it getting better unless the decision making get better. Stop Babarukin. Bro, Ryota Murata. All right. Go to Japan. They might like it. But good luck with them American numbers. Ryota Murata, though. Bro. Hadouken. Shoryuken. Bro, all right. Go to Japan, bro. You Mike Tyson, go to Tokyo. That motherfucker finna fight. What's the dude from Punch Out? Honda. Not Honda. What the fuck? Piston Honda? Is that his name? Piston Honda? That's who he finna fight. Yeah, the homie Piston Honda. Bro, this motherfucker finna fight Shurikens and shit. I was born ready. And then his opponent gonna be like, man, get the fuck up out of here. Yeah, take that shit. Take that shit elsewhere. Good luck to DAZN putting on this shit. These aren't big fights in America, I'm telling you. Bro. And then Canelo keep trying to act like he's, oh yeah, I'm gonna get another belt. You getting a fake ass Gucci belt. Bro, okay. Canelo, what he's doing, I see what he's doing, bro. He's basically going to the flea market and getting knockoff Gucci. This shit say Coochie. It's a Coochie belt, you know? And then he's telling bitches that don't know better that it's real Gucci. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Bro, we know Ryota Murata is not the real guy to be beaten. He not the real version of the champ. Stop playing with me, Smokey. Canelo's going to the flea market, getting the knockoff product, like his girl's Christmas present. He's getting the fake Coach bag, umpire. You know, the Coach bag that look like Coach, but the C is like inverted a little bit, so it's a U. That shit, that ain't a Coach bag. That's umpire. So you got your bitch an umpire bag from the flea market, and you're trying to pass it off as Coach. That's what that is, bro. You know, like is that a Coach bag? Nah. This is head trainer. This is head trainer, bro. What the fuck, Coach? Got another section? Nah. It just kind of look at it. Bro. I hate that fake ass Coach and shit. Motherfucker shit say umpire. That shit say Mark Cuban and shit. Like, man, what the fuck? Motherfucker, man, come on, bro. Cheap ass shit. Fake ass Puma logo. And it'd be a Thundercat and the shit in the back. Like, what the fuck? Is that a Thundercat? Nah. These shoes I just got. That is not Puma. I've seen Puma. That shit is mountain lion, screamers. That's what they call mountain lions. You know, I watch a lot of nature shows. That shit's screamers. Ain't no motherfucking Puma. Motherfucking Bobcat. Bobcat go with. Remember that comedian? That was a motherfucking Bobcat. That ain't no motherfucking Puma. Tabby cat, man. Come on, bro. Canelo he going to the flea market getting the fake shit. He said Linux. Bro, he got that Linux Lewis wear. Man, come on. This cheap ass shit. And they don't even try. Like, them motherfucking fake ass Jordans. It's supposed to be the Jordan logo. Jordan looked like Andy Ruiz and shit in the 8th round. Man, when did Jordan gain that much weight? That's Andy Ruiz. These ain't J's. These are them Ruizes. These are Ruiz 23s. Ruiz 23. That Jordan ain't that fucking big and shit. Ain't no motherfucking. That's Manute Bol or somebody. That's Ruiz. Man, fuck that. I ain't no MJ. No. Hell no. Cheap ass shoes. Man, Ryota Murata though. Hey, Carlos out of fucking pocket. He said these are the Ruizes, the Ruiz 23s, 23 pounds overweight. That was good. I like that. Oh my God. Man, how Ruiz coming gordo, bro? Like, why, bro? That I ain't never heard of that, bro. Bro, he was really eating like he didn't have a fight. No, he folded the pizza. Then he was eating like Chinese food and chicken wing. I'm like, God damn, what the motherfucker, fame got to me a little, man. A lotto. You was just eating like, bro. He must have thought AJ was a sucker, bro, for real. Cause you thought you would just be big and bully him or something. But you know what the craziest thing is about how much of a disservice Ruiz did to himself is this. AJ did exactly what was predictable that he was going to do, and he did it to the T, and Ruiz had nothing for it. Like, I can understand getting in there with Mayweather, and then he started doing hella shit, and you don't know, oh shit, or you get in there with Crawford, and then you're like, all right, I got his ass, and then the motherfucker switched to southpaw, and you're like, oh shit, what do I do? So I can understand like that. But Joshua did exactly what we knew he was going to do, is be evasive and try to box and come in shape. Those are like literally the two things we knew would probably be the case. He was going to be in shape. He looked like he was losing weight. And you just like, oh man, let me get slower. I'm trying to look like Jabba the Hutt when I get like, man, this is weird ass shit. I ain't never boxing, theater of the unknown. And then the other thing is, I think Ruiz, once he got there, he realized he didn't have the conditioning for it. So he wouldn't follow through with none of his punches, fearing that maybe he would punch himself out. You know, hey, I was just thinking, because to me, the whole situation sounds weird. What if Al Heyman like gave him some money to like not throw the fight, but just put on a horrible performance? Because to me, it just seems like that weird to me that somebody would be that reckless about it. What if, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that would definitely hurt DAZN, because it did hurt DAZN. What if they just told Ruiz to be like, man, just get in some weight so you know, we rely on your chin. He's not going to be able to hurt you, and just look like horrible. We'll give you a couple meal extra or some shit. Because that just seemed, to me, it just seems super weird that someone would squander it like that and not even, I mean, we haven't seen it, but it would make DAZN's fight season fight a shit show, which it did. So I'm like, damn, I start thinking about shit like that. See, and that's a bad thing for DAZN. They keep having these weird ass fights. To the point where it don't even make sense, and get people to start thinking about stuff like this. Canelo. I'm like, why would Kovalev be 4 inches taller, killed a man from his injuries because he hit so hard, and hurt Andre Ward, dropped him, and get in there with a smaller Canelo and not throw no punches, no power punches, bro? That's what I'm saying. Something just seemed weird about that. And when you keep having them, they did this. Okay, listen to me, people. DAZN's entire fight season. Tell me if I'm lying. If I'm lying and I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. DAZN's entire main fights that they just listen to me now. Y'all ain't listening, bro. Can y'all hear? Ego got the mic like he about to start rapping. I'm about to start snapping. Where we at? Like check. Somebody give me a like check. Yeah. Like check. Where we at? 132. That's weak. We could do better. Come on. Can y'all listen to me now? Come on, people. Bring it in. I was born to do this, man. I appreciate y'all. We've been having fun on these streams. All right, listen, though. If I'm wrong, please let me know how I'm wrong. But I'll admit it if I'm wrong. The main bigger fights that DAZN was having for their fight season, the main event had something that went awry or went left or had people talking in a controversial way or were underwhelmed. Am I lying? Listen to what I'm saying. Including KSI, they all had controversy, underwhelming results, weird shit, like the person fought totally different than they've ever fought in their whole career, stuff like that. Something didn't leave people satisfied. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, it was, what's the last fight that they had? Like Sean Porter, their whole fight seat, literally Sean Porter, Errol Spence. I didn't really hear no one complaining about the card, and I damn sure didn't hear no one complaining about the main event. Wilder knocking out Luis Ortiz. I didn't really hear people complaining about Luis Ortiz didn't try or he just showed up for a paycheck, because he was whooping Deontay Wilder for some rounds. I say whooping loosely, but you get what I'm saying. He was beating him. And then Wilder turned his lights off. But with DAZN, it has literally been, okay, so let's break down their fight season fights. Triple G fought Derevyanchenko. That was a good fight, but Derevyanchenko really won. So how did Triple G win a unanimous decision? Nobody seen the fight for Derevyanchenko. So the visiting fighter that's with Al Heyman, nobody seen it his way. Not even a draw. Everybody seen it for Golovkin, just like the Jacobs fight. Weird controversy. We know Triple G shouldn't be a champion now. That's one. Canelo Kovalev. That fight looked FAF. All of a sudden, Kovalev, we just watched him in September or August or whatever with Yard. He don't look nothing like that dude. It looked like they're two different people. Kovalev started, jabbing only in an evasive manner like he Joshua, and he bigger than Canelo. And then out of nowhere, Canelo knocks him out with 2-3 punches, and he ain't even knocked out lighter guys like Chavez Jr. or anybody else, of note. Didn't knock out Jacobs, who's been knocked out. He didn't knock out Golovkin. Didn't knock out Chavez Jr. Didn't knock out, who he did knock out. Plenty of people. Cotto, etc. But he's knocking out a bigger Kovalev. So that looked weird. That's two. Logan Paul KSI was probably the, probably lived up to because the Triple G Derenchenko didn't have massive expectations. So out of the expectation fight, the YouTuber fight was probably the one that tried the best to live up to it. And it still seemed kind of weird, and the kids and the thing, Fortnite and all that. But then Jack Reese didn't call a timeout. I mean, didn't call the KSI Logan Paul knockdown when KSI knocked him down. Jack Reese totally misses this, right? And then the very next round or whatever, Logan Paul hurts and drops KSI, and then he hits him when he's down, so he takes 2 points. And then people are like, oh, this is bullshit. I'm petitioning, boxing's rigged. So the event was left with that cloud over it because Jake Paul and Logan Paul was saying, I'm contesting this and I'm appealing this and boxing's rigged. And KSI didn't get credit for his knockdown. And then the Joshua fight. Bro, that's their whole fight season. Every single main event has something weird attached to it, to the point where people were like not left with a happy, satisfied feeling. And again, it's not that Joshua just won, because he could have won and knocked Ruiz out, possibly. You know what I'm saying? So there's a million ways to win, but I thought he could have won and looked better, but they didn't have no faith that he can do it safely. So they said safety first, and they had him fighting a scary fight. So that made it boring. Bro, that's their whole fight season. Every main event has something weird to it. There ain't been one main event where people could just go, oh shit, that was a good fight. And then just be, bro, how's it always something? How is every single, that's multiple different fights all on the same network. Like, here's an example. Top Rank, I wasn't left with Shakur Stevenson, Joet Gonzalez. I wasn't like, man, this is some bullshit. I was perfectly happy with the ending and how the fight performed. I'm naming ESPN fights. Better be a Vodstick, that goes without saying. There was some controversy with Oscar Valdez and Adam Lopez, but that was late replacement. That wasn't really Valdez's fault that he was even fighting the Lopez. So I'll leave that off the list. Miguel Berchelt, Francisco Vargas, and then the Dogbe and Navarrete rematch. There was nothing wrong with that card. It was just the outcomes were what they were. Nobody felt that Navarrete, fought different, or Dogbe just can't beat that style. And then Francisco Vargas, he just lost to a big ass Berchelt, who's more fresh than he is. Right? Kovalev, Anthony Yard. Everybody, I didn't see nobody that was bummed out or mad. You see what I'm saying? So how are these other promoters putting out fights and they have more conventional, traditional endings with no confusion or controversy or nothing? PBC, there was no controversy in the Luis Ortiz fight. There was no controversy in the Spence versus Garcia fight. I'm not talking about a few people maybe reaching, trying to make it controversial. Errol Spence fought a tough, gritty fight, and so did Sean Porter. Wasn't really controversial. Even Sean Porter's team said that. They said, we thought we won it, but it was a close fight. He got dropped late. So there was no real controversy there. It was a good fight. Mikey Garcia, Spence, there was no controversy there. We all know who won fair. You get what I'm saying? But DAZN, in a concentrated period of time, have back-to-back fights with bullshit, controversy, bad reffing, weird scorecards. One fighter in 2 fights, one fighter is fighting categorically, like, totally different than they've ever fought. Man, come on, bro. It just looked weird. How you have 2 fights in 3 months, or 2 months maybe, where the opponent is the foe look like shit and they never looked like this before. It's like, you have some serious bad luck. You have some serious bad luck. And it was in Saudi Arabia. Man, you have some serious bad luck. And then also the Canelo Kovalev waiting for UFC. You see what I'm saying? It's like all these motherfuckers acting like they swear by DAZN. This shit is killing boxing. They not, bro, what? Your fights coming on at weird times and shit. This shit is hurting. Bro, how is it always something? How's a Canelo and Kovalev laying down? That shit was weird. Waiting for UFC, showing them in the arena, playing the rival UFC promotions shit. Bro, people were even saying Ryan Garcia's fight looked fixed. Bro, how does one imprint keep having this fight? Bro, I'm gonna be watching this shit closely. These scorecard, Caleb Smith Ryder, that's another one. That's an Eddie Hearn. Bro, how do they keep having this? Andy Ruiz, Joshua was full of drug addicts. That card had a bunch of people who failed drug tests. Some were banned, some were unclear, some were unsure. All this extra shit to it. Jacobs versus Chavez. They have the whole VADA shit holding over. Caleb Smith UK card with John Ryder. People feel that John Ryder won. Bro, this DAZN curse is real. This is taking them out because it's not at $20 a pop. That's not creating, I would imagine, an enjoyable experience when it's always some bullshit. Like UFC, they had the BMF, it got stopped. You know, people were mad at the stoppage with Nate Diaz. But Masvidal was clearly winning, so it's not like it went to the wrong person, and the New York doctors are strict. But I don't look for UFC 245 that's coming up this weekend to all have fights that get stopped prematurely by doctors. You get what I'm saying? It's a bad look when you keep putting on these cards that keep having weird occurrences, faulty knockdowns and 2-point deductions and weird shit. It's weird. When can we see a clean fight that everyone was just happy with and by and large is being received well? Like, I didn't hear nobody that was angry at Better Bia versus Vodstick. I really didn't. What is there to be angry with? They both tried. They both look like they always look. Better Bia won. It was a good fight, good action. You know what I'm saying? DAZN closed their whole year with fights that all had blunders and, you know, weird scorecards and robberies. Man, that's I'm telling you, that is not good for your brand in a small space of time. Especially if that was your marketing push was fight season. You know what I mean? You were supposed to cap off your, like, you spend all this money for Stallone docuseries for what? To get people, bro, tell me how that's good. You spent Balboa Promotions, you spent all this money building people up, you know, that it was going to be a good fight or expecting it to be a good fight. And then Joshua performed, he did what he had to do to win, but he performed in a way that, you know, made the fight what it was. Now people bought into it because that, like, the one day or whatever Stallone special got millions of views. The Stream King grinding, hit the like button. Facts. Shout out to Ricky, $3 super chat. It had million. So to me, Eddie Hearns and all that, I know they're capping, talking about Joshua Ruiz did 1.8 million. It could have did 1.8 million, but my thing is this. That ain't 1.8 million paid. It said across 9 markets. That's every single market that they're in. So they tally, bro. DAZN has to be failing. There's no other way. Listen, since when do they need to tally non-US numbers and attach it to guys who are supposed to be the biggest stars in boxing sport, who have a name, somewhat of a name in America? When has that ever been the case? Where Canelo had to tell you his numbers from Mexico combined with his numbers from US, combined with his Canada numbers, combined with his Spain numbers, his Italian, you know, the numbers in Italy. When have they ever had to do this? Usually, like, bro, none of these motherfuckers is Mayweather. That's that. When Mayweather was doing great numbers in Pacquiao, you didn't hear Pacquiao's fight did this and this and that, and they combined the Philippines, how many views it did there. If anything, that would be a whole separate article. Like 10 million people watch Pacquiao Ricky Hatton in the Philippines. But Pacquiao's number for Ricky Hatton would just come out. Oh, he did 1.6. Bro, this is sad what they're trying to do. They really trying to convince people. And as far as I'm concerned, I know that's cap because, again, you wouldn't have to add. Why would you have to add all your markets up to make it look like Joshua got 1 million? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? How much did he do? Because it's not available in the UK. So use your biggest, your biggest size-wise market, which is the US. How many numbers did he do in the US only? And the other reason why the US number is important is because the US is one of the few places, if not the only, out of the 9 markets that doesn't offer the free trial. So any viewership from America, people had to pay for it. I'm talking about the ones that would show up, not illegal streams, but the ones that would show up on their statistics. These other numbers are unimportant because you could have been in Spain and signed up for a 30-day trial. I already went over this. The zone they have 9 territories that they're in. They offer a free trial in 8 of them. 8 of the 9. US is the only one that they don't offer the free trial anymore. They got rid of it. So none of them other numbers matter unless you show us how many people paid for Joshua Ruiz too. Why would top PBC fighters go to DAZN if they can do millions of views in one country? That's what I'm saying. It's looking ugly, bro. Like, people are laughing like, oh, Charlo did 275,000. Bro, he fought Dennis Hogan. He fought Dennis Hogan on Showtime. Like, who expected it to be like crazy numbers? But either way, they can keep at it. And then if he has a bigger fight, the numbers will go up. It's that simple. I guarantee you the other Charlo, Jamel and Harrison don't do. Jamel and Harrison don't do 275,000. And you got to understand this with PBC. They simply have more quality fights and more of a stable. So Jamal's numbers just get combined. Okay, so Wilder just fought on pay-per-view. That's a that did what it did, 300,000 or whatever it was, right? So Wilder fought on pay-per-view, and then shortly after, you have Jamal who did 275 on Showtime, a paid network. Then, next week you have Jermell in a much anticipated rematch that was rescheduled on regular Fox. Then you have Tank Davis. So you see, it's more of a snowball. They have momentum versus DAZN. They just had Joshua fight in Saudi Arabia, and they ain't got nothing big. They got Virgil Ortiz versus Brad Solomon. See, this is what I'm talking about. People want to laugh because it comes out, and people want to put out the numbers for what Charlo did. But how much you think Virgil Ortiz and Brad Solomon finna do? Bro, it's over for Omid. I don't even know why they even trying to compete. So if you want to really laugh, then laugh at Jaime Munguia versus Spike O'Sullivan. How many paid people signed up to go watch that fight? How many people are purchasing it to watch Virgil Ortiz, Brad Solomon? So it's like, oh shit, Brad Solomon and Virgil Ortiz's fight, especially when Top Rank has a bigger card on this week, and more people are talking about that. Comey, Teofimo, and Crawford. Bro, see, the thing is, old media never anticipated this. Yeah, I like Virgil Ortiz, but he ain't gonna do no numbers. So I don't even know why you said that. He's a good fighter, but he ain't gonna do no numbers. Nobody even knows the fight. It ain't been promoted. When's the last you seen a commercial? I just watched the Niners game and we won. Shout out to the Niners. Beat the Saints, and the Charlo Harrison commercial came on. I ain't seen one commercial. Bro, does Golden Boy, are they promoting? Ain't he with ain't he with Golden Boy? Ellie Setback doing more promotion for him than his own promoter. Bro, Ellie better start charging, bro. Man, Ellie, man, y'all better stop digital. This digital thing is the wave. Has Golden Boy put out anything? Has Golden Boy put out anything? I ain't seen nothing from DAZN or Golden Boy. I told you the digital wave is the future, bro. They better start tapping in with us. Just the people that grind and do this hustle for real. Because we the ones driving views to this shit. I promise you that. Bro, when I go to a fight, I'm not even boasting to brag. I'm just telling you what it is from my heart. When I go to fights, that's what make that, the people who are checking for me, that makes an experience. So they want to hear my take on what I seen and up close and, little stories. I could go in a hotel and talk about the fight and it'll get people, like, I see it. People are like, oh, I bought the Wilder pay-per-view. Bro, it's about to get to a point. I'm going to start, they got to start cutting me in. No, for real. I'm going to start, I need affiliates from everybody, bro. Because I'm just sitting up here. I love the sport of boxing. I love the fans, but nah, there's too much money. This is too much money. I got the golden voice. They're going to have to start cashing out. Like, everybody that used my link to buy a pay-per-view, yeah, you give me a percentage. Yeah, they're going to have to Walt Disney me. Bro, because people don't, they don't recognize what the, man, come on, bro. Start giving me tickets. I'll sell these tickets, bro. They can't do it like me. I'm telling you. Anyway. Yeah, man, we're going to have to come up with something. But, yeah, man, I ain't seen no promotion for Virgil Ortiz versus Brad Solomon at all. At all. Like, I ain't seen one, not like a promo trailer, interview. I'm talking about from the actual promoter or the network, the platform. Oh yeah, Cursor, you ain't lying. They they working on something. Ricky Williams, that's why I subscribe, Ego. I wish I could give you more, fam. You the best boxing analyst in the game right now. Appreciate you. Anything you give, just your time, a like. That's all I need. Appreciate you though. Yeah, PBC probably finna drop something. Oh, speaking of PBC, I'm gonna close with this. Crawford. Listen to me. I'm not for this media fuckery. Crawford know who I am. That's folks. He's a dope ass fighter. I've covered more fights, even his small fights in Nebraska and shit. I know some of his family members. No one's ever going to try to create some type of bullshit with me. And, I respect that, man. But I will, on my channel, I respect the truth and I respect my thoughts. So I have to say that disclaimer because you know how people get, try to instigate and make it look like something. I'm just giving you my opinion. Crawford's a bad man. He's a beast. If he says he wants to fight someone, I believe him. The only problem is what I predicted. Crawford is stuck in a political game and he's chosen the side of somebody of top rank that can't provide what he probably would need. Now, he just did an interview and what he said I disagree with. He basically said Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, and Danny Garcia, I don't need them, they need me. This is what he said. I'm just paraphrasing. He says, I don't need them, they need me. He says, I've already done more than them and accomplished more. I've accomplished more than all them PBC dudes outside of Pacquiao. So he gave Pacquiao his respects and be like, if you're excluding Pacquiao, I feel I've accomplished more than all them dudes, which is debatable, you know. But the part I really don't agree with is that he doesn't need them. I don't even think that makes sense if you really boil it down. Here's why. He's called out Keith Thurman. He's called out Errol Spence. He just fought Amir Khan. You know, him and Danny Garcia's had little spats on Twitter and shit. He's been asked about fighting Sean Porter. These are the names that the fans are linking to you or you're calling out. So you can't say you don't need them. Then why there would be no reason to call them out if you don't want those fights. You get what I'm saying? Now, he doesn't need them in the literal sense of like he can't breathe or go about his day without thinking about them, something like that. But every fighter needs rivalries. That's what makes a fighter great. Marco Antonio Barrera and Pacquiao, Barrera and Eric Morales. You know, you need that. Pacquiao and Marquez, Floyd and Pacquiao, Floyd and whoever, De La Hoya. You have to have that. And it just so happens, which is, again, what I've predicted. It's weird. Some people are probably wondering why like I be so calm with certain things. Because I seen this coming a mile away. Like, to me, this is old news. I knew it was going to get to this point. If you listen to my old content, I've been saying this. I don't even think Crawford was at welterweight when I said this. He was still at 140 talking about going to welterweight. And I'm like, who's he going to fight? All the names. He's going to have to. I said, Bob Arum's going to have to work with him. And I made several videos, said the same thing. And then there was a point in time where Bob Arum, I was there. It was at a Crawford fight. I want to say Benavidez. Bob Arum says, we only want Errol Spence. That's the true welterweight that they have. Them other guys are no challenge. And, you know, they're not worth it. Something to this effect. They said they were only checking for Errol. And I immediately did videos about that. And I said, that don't make no sense because there's other quality there's other quality guys that PBC has, even outside of Spence, and beggars can't be choosers. And then this is all old news to me. I said I would rather see Danny Garcia versus Crawford, Mikey Garcia versus Crawford. I'd rather see Keith Thurman versus Crawford. I'd rather see Ugas versus Crawford, Sean Porter versus Crawford, Broner versus Crawford. I would rather see, and I even said, like, you know, those are the bigger fights. But I said, man, I would rather even see guys like Berto and Jose Cito Lopez, you know, versus Crawford than the names that are currently available to him in-house. Who's a rat? Who's a rat? Yeah, y'all know what it is. Just do what you got to do. Anyway, who Todd DeBuff, he doubled down on what? He doubled down on what? He said what part? What I said, or he said what Crawford said? Damn, why this beanie is hella warm. You see how red my ear is? What the fuck? Damn, my ear about to fall off. What the? Y'all see that? Man, my ear finna fall off. What the fuck? Real brother, what up? Man, my shit look like Hellboy. This shit hot in the damn. Yeah, so anyway, Bob Arum, he did an interview after the Benavidez fight, and he says, no, I don't want Terrence Crawford to fight those other Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. He's like, they're boring fights. And then I was like, then, this is not now. I'm telling you, I've been making videos about this type of shit. I made videos, and I'm like, man, PBC still has a whole shit ton of guys that are better for him to fight. than Top Rank has. So I'm like, how can you just exclude everybody but Errol? Errol Crawford, we know is a good fight, but you're not going to force anybody to move him how you want to move him. And I told you, I said, how can you be mad at Al Heyman and PBC for making a fight with Errol and Sean Porter, which they did? I said this before this fight was made. I said, how can you be mad at that? And Sean Porter has a better welterweight resume than Crawford. Remember? I've said this multiple times. I'm going to ask you again. How can you be mad if Al Heyman and PBC mixes guys that they have in their roster that have better welterweight resumes than Crawford? I'm not talking about, who's more skilled. Better welterweight resumes. Period. So how can you get mad and say, oh, no, Errol's F that. He needs to fight Crawford. So you know what was happening. Crawford was getting basically frozen out because they're self-sufficient. If you don't, like, let's say you and your girl and two other couples go rent a cabin, and before you get to the cabin, right, you guys pull your luggage in, you stop by a grocery store and filled up groceries for the duration of the trip. You got water, you got soda, you got alcohol, you got chips and dip, you got pizza, you got everything you need to eat for the duration of your stay. Napkins, forks, silverware, already provided. You get your luggage out the car, right? You're going to be in this cabin for 4 days. Somebody brought games, board games, Jenga, Uno, right? They brought the Uno. If there's inclement weather and you get snowed in, it wouldn't matter as much. You know why? Because you're self-sufficient. You were already going to be in the cabin and you're expecting, you got the jacuzzi in the back. So if you guys want to get in the jacuzzi, you have everything you need. You just can't drive your cars out because of the snowfall. So guess what? You're not going to be tripping as much. Now, if you didn't have groceries, if you didn't have alcohol, you didn't have your clothes, and you needed to go to Walmart, and now you can't leave, then that's something different. To me, that analogy is Terrence Crawford and the PBC guys. The PBC guys are in the cabin. They can afford to just be in the cabin, and they have everything they need. Crawford, let's say, is in the cabin, but like in terms of class, he's in the cabin, but he didn't pack underwear. He didn't have this and that. He didn't get any food for him and his girl. And there's not enough food for everyone. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where he's at. That's just what I see. So everybody else, or just say Crawford's in a whole nother cabin. That's probably an even better example. Crawford's he's in another cabin next door, and he's looking in, and everybody else like, damn. Everybody else, they got food and alcohol because they planned it, so they got food and salami, throwing it around like Pac say, They got 7-Up, Squirt. They planned for this. They knew the weather was going to be bad, and they planned for this. So they in their own cabin, and you in your own cabin with you and your girl or whatever, and you don't have like a lot of food. So you trying to get Uber Eats, but nobody's going to deliver because they can't get up the driveway, and He said fresh sandwiches. Facts. To me, that's where the situation, and I seen this a mile away. And this is not a disrespect. I think Crawford will fight anybody. I think he can beat, I don't know who he can't beat, put it that way. I still have to watch him beat him, but it'd be hard to pick against him. So that's never in question. His heart, his skill set, never in question. His intention, never in question. But when Crawford re-signed to Top Rank, people made videos. I made a video. And this was one of the questions that we all had is, yeah, Top Rank promised you $3 million a pop or whatever you contract he got. That's cool. But what happens when you outgrow the competition in the small roster that they have in your division. Now, today, the week of his fight with a guy that is not a household name, to the point where the co-feature Teofimo and Richard Comey, a lot of people are looking at that as the fight of the night, or potentially the fight of the night. We all like watching Crawford fight, but it's just like, who's picking Mean Machine? I ain't seen one person that think Mean Machine, if he can make something out of it, then that's something else. But going into it, it's like Tyson Fury, Otto Violin. If he can make it into that type of fight, we have to see. He got some power, but I don't know anyone who's picking him to. You get what I'm saying? So this is the predicament I seen coming a mile away, and this is what people were saying. People were like, damn, what is he going to do? What is he going to do when he outgrows that competition? And what makes it worse for Crawford particularly is if you're in boxing and you're really skilled, then you're going to have to deal with some bullshit. Unless you're blessed enough to come up in an era like Mayweather, where he, was able to cash cow streaming, what illegal streaming wasn't as big and shit like that. Because Mayweather is the only guy who's super skilled, out of this planet skilled, that can demand the attention and the money that he demands, that he has first dibs and he's the A side and he picks. There's nobody else in boxing that has that type of skill set, that has that type of dictatorship as Mayweather. Does that make sense to you? Like, Mayweather is fortunate because if Mayweather, put it this way, if Mayweather was in a position, truth hurts, block him. Block him. Oh my God, block him. I ain't even read, bro. I can already tell by what y'all put in the first couple sentences or first couple words is some bullshit, and I stopped reading. I let my shooters handle that. He said, ego criticizes Canelo. I don't even read the rest, bro. I already know it's some bullshit. So listen. And anyway, Crawford's fighting his mandatory. I don't know if you know that. You moron, you. Canelo's mandatory wasn't a guy 2 divisions who had a quick turnaround and almost got knocked out in his last fight in Kovalev. His mandatory wasn't Rocky Fielding. His mandatory is not Ryota Murata. His mandatory is not John Ryder. His mandatory actually was Charlo. But guess what? He said, fuck no. He said, I'm franchising this shit. We gonna franchise it. Bro, you better bring your whole army. Unless you know what you're talking about. Anyway, Mayweather is the only one of the only people who can command what he commands. Who can command what he commands, period. And has that type of skill set. Other people, it's not. Wow, somebody sent me this. They said this is the Crawford fight. See, look, this is what I'm saying. They said all these seats are open still. That's what I'm saying. They're not even promoting Crawford like that. Bro, what? Bro, look, they said this. I don't know how many people that is. They said those are all open seats that are left. See, that's what I'm saying. They're not promoting Crawford like that. Man, I wish I signed Crawford, bro. I'll promote the fuck out of him. He raw as fuck. That's what I'm saying. I feel bad, but I can only feel so bad because this is what he, you have to look at these things. That's it. That's just what it is. You gotta look at these things. So anyway, I don't agree with him. He said he don't need PBC. That's the seating chart that someone sent me. So yeah, I mean he does need, because those other guys, Danny Garcia has a bigger fan base. If you was fighting Danny Garcia in New York, it would be more packed out than that because he's from Philly. It's a Philly dude. You know what I'm saying? So why would it not? And he has a bigger name, obviously. If you fought Mikey Garcia in Staples Center, it would be bigger than that. If you fight Pacquiao, it'll be bigger than that. So I think he does need those names. That's legit hurting my heart to even see that. Wow, he's so talented, and what the seats look like. Wow, bro. I mean, it's not. To me, it's not a shock because I ain't watched it yet. But then him and Andre Ward, I guess he was saying he don't get promoted the same or something. I don't know, something. I ain't watched it, so I just hear like an overflow of what people say. Bro, ESPN, they're not really going. They're not going. They do more Tyson Fury talk than they do Crawford. And to me, Tyson Fury, he's good, but Terrence Crawford way nicer. I told you, Terrence Crawford way nicer. Like, Terrence Crawford look harder to beat than Tyson Fury. If you look at division for division, I think people are going to have more of a hard time with Crawford and trying to beat him than Tyson Fury. I could think of a couple guys who possibly could beat Fury. This is boxing. Same thing with Andrade on DAZN, though. It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Floyd Mayweather, based on who he is and the marketing genius he is, his team, and the era he come up in, he's one of the only people that are that skilled that can commandeer, and sell out, and his name means he's getting paid like his skill set. A lot of dudes, they're not that fortunate. They don't promote themselves the same, or their promoter don't promote, whatever. It's just different. And I guarantee you, Floyd, if he wasn't Floyd and he didn't do the things he did in his career, I'm sorry. I need a dust. If Floyd didn't do the things he did and play it how he played the game, no one would fight Floyd either. If Floyd was just let's say, I'm not trying to insult. Okay, let's say Floyd had Sergey Lipinetz's fan base in America. Not that, he's not like the biggest name. Who the fuck gonna want to fight Floyd? You feel me? Who would fight Floyd with that type of skill set if he wasn't, the money man in boxing? So skill fighters are always going to be up against that. Luis Ortiz, Guillermo Rigondeaux, El Chacao, not Floyd because he did it different, but Andrade, Crawford. So you already got that going. Who wants to, in their right mind, even deal with that? Devin Haney being ducked. So you already got that. So you gotta get it popping and get the team and promotion and stuff behind you, because people don't want to fight you because they don't want to fight you because of your skill set alone. So you have to almost make yourself hot enough so as to strip away some of those excuses, because they already don't want to fight you because they know you're good. You can even throw Charlo on that list. I don't think many people want to fight him. So that's just kind of what I see with the Crawford situation. It's unfortunate. There's great fights. But I think Crawford, this is just my opinion. He can do whatever he wants. But he kind of has to switch how he moves in a sense. And what I mean is, like, Sean Porter, to my knowledge, from the way I've heard it, smash the like button. Y'all got to get these likes up, man. The way I've heard it, Sean Porter wanted to fight him, said he'll fight him. And then Crawford did an interview and said, nah, I've known him since the amateurs. I know him and his dad. I'm not really trying to fight them. I'm not really trying to fight Sean. And then Sean Porter's team said, well, yeah, we'll fight Crawford. You get what I'm saying? So I think stuff like that, I would rather see Sean Porter Crawford than any of his last few fights. I think it's bigger fights. I think it'd be better for his brand. And it's an interest. Sean Porter's just difficult, so I would like it. So I think you have to sometimes make those constellations if if possible. Sean's willing to fight you. That's not bad. You know, if you can get Al Haymon to do that, release Sean or whatever, however you guys figure it out, I will watch that for sure. That's good. That's not bad. Same thing with Bob Arum. Bob Arum, like I said, he said, we only want Errol, none of them other guys. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, like I said, beggars can't be choosers. You have no one else to give him. So how you going to say we don't want to fight Danny, Sean, Mikey? We're not interested in these other guys. We just want Errol. You're not in the position to dictate and release. And the thing is, PBC is no different than what Top Rank did. Top Rank kind of started this. When Bob Arum had a bigger, vast welterweight stable, he had names like Pacquiao, Rios, Mike Alvarado, Tim Ballhead Bradley. He wasn't making PBC fights for them. I would have loved to see Brandon Rios versus PBC fighter Adrian Broner. I would have loved to see Pacquiao versus PBC fighter Keith Thurman at that time, or PBC fighter Danny Garcia. Top Rank didn't make none of them fights. So I don't understand this fake ass notion from old media that PBC is supposed to just do what Bob Arum wants them to do, when Bob didn't even do that when he had a clean welterweight stable. Name one, during that era, name one fight that Bob made that wasn't in-house and he worked with the PBC fighter with one of his top guys. They had Jesse Vargas, Brandon Rios, I think they had Marquez, Pacquiao, Ruslan Provodnikov. I would have loved to see Ruslan versus Marcos Maidana or some shit. He didn't make none of them fights. So why is it up to PBC? See, why is it up to PBC to make Spence versus Crawford? I'm just asking. And when it comes to business, if you do this to people, to you, why would you expect when the tables turn 2-3 years, a year, a decade later, that they're gonna forget about what you did to them and then go out of their way to help you out or bend to your rules? I mean, what part of the game is that? Like, let's say me and Cursor were in rival gangs, you know, and then Cursor's gang wants to have a peace treaty, and I say, nah, it ain't no peace. It's still beef. It's funk. And this is 10 years ago. And then I get in a situation where, you know, people are coming after my gang, and I'm like, hey, man, hey, Cursor, let's have a peace treaty. And he's like, nah, I'm good. You need the help now. So that's just simple business. Why, if you did this to people, they're not going to forget what you did to them. That's why it makes sense to just treat people right. You know, I don't know. I never dog people like that. I never go out of my way to do anything wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Burn bridges with people. You never know. So Top Rank, they for sure wasn't making no PBC fights back then. They weren't making no Rios versus. Remember how much shit Rios was talking, Brandon Rios and Adrian Broner, and it never amounted to nothing? They never made Adrian Broner versus Marquez. Broner used to call out Marquez. People forget about that. I wanted to see that too. So Marquez was with Top Rank. Broner was with PBC. They never made the fight. You know? Mikey Garcia was with Top Rank, and Gamboa was undefeated with 50 Cent. They didn't even make that. So how you gonna get mad at PBC? Top Rank's been doing that too. And to do you one higher, Top Rank had Pacquiao and Crawford and never made the fight. And then now that Pacquiao's gone, they wishing they made Crawford versus Pacquiao because they have a star with no other even remotely equivalent stars to feed to him or to even give him. Why did Top Rank not make Pacquiao versus Crawford? See, that's what I'm saying. You got to factor all this stuff in. You got to know the history. They were both. HBO wanted it. I wanted it. Fans wanted it. It would have been meaningful. And then Terrence Crawford could at least say, right now when he's in this position, fuck, at least I fought Pacquiao and beat him a couple years ago. Now people say whatever they want about his resume. He would at least have Pacquiao on there. Bro, you got to think ahead. I told y'all. This is where new media becomes impactful. I told you, everything I say, like, I'm waiting for somebody to look. I can't wait. I just got shit in the can. Look. Why Pacquiao avoided Terrence Crawford for Vargas. This is 3 years ago. You see? Bro, that's a video 3 years ago. And I came to bat for this situation. This is when Pacquiao was with Top Rank. Freddie Roach wants Manny Pacquiao to avoid Terrence Crawford 3 years ago. I told you what it was. Look, still with Top Rank. Manny Pacquiao finally admits no intentions of fighting Crawford. See? 1 year ago. Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford, the collision course 3 years ago. Bro, that's why when it happens, just like I told y'all, look, you see how many videos I did on this? Terrence Crawford denies Pacquiao's team $7 million turndown 2 years ago. Bro. Look how many videos. Boxing Ego 3 years ago. Crawford said quote, Team Crawford was never offered Manny Pacquiao. Look. I got tweets in here and everything. You see this? Bro, I'm a made man. Look. I got the tweets in the video. See? But Top Rank didn't never offered the Pacquiao fight at any weight class for those people that said I was scared to go up and wait to fight him. Look. Now, very funny because I made some videos regarding this particular fight. Bob Arum just did an interview with the Manila Times. 2016, y'all. Pacquiao did not want to make 140 in order to fight Crawford. So, I rest my case, bro. I got receipts. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's hard when Eddie Hearn and all these motherfuckers try to. Good luck. If you think shit's sweet, good luck, bro. I have paper trails. This is my work. This is what I've done for the last, better part of a decade, bro. You're not finna just pull one over on me like I'm Jason Bourne and I just fuck around and forgot everything that I've put, bro. I remember all these stories. I'm the voice. I'm the kid with the golden voice. I made videos for all this. I put the receipts. I got the tweets. What? I told you the paper. That's why this is the easy part. Look, Terrence Crawford. Team Crawford was never offered the Pacquiao fight at any weight class for those people that say I was scared. Look, I got the dates, times. Bro, this is why I did this. Because I knew. I always think ahead. I told you. I always think of the big picture, baby. This is why I put the work in then so I don't have to do it now. It's just like a 401k or a pension. That's why you save when you're young. So when you retire, you have something, you can kick your feet up. And that's what I did in this boxing. Now everything that I've done and worked for just pays dividends. This is just simple maintenance. So anyway, Top Rank dropped the ball, not making, when they were both under the Top Rank umbrella, not making Pacquiao versus Crawford. Because now that Crawford can't get these PBC dudes, or it's harder to, or he can't get the one PBC guy that he wants, Errol Spence, whatever, you could at least say, yo, I fought Pacquiao though, and your resume would be, you would at least have Pacquiao on your resume. That's it. That's just what it is. You would at least be able to say, oh, I beat Pacquiao's ass if you were able to beat him. But now, if Al Heyman and Top Rank can't come to terms and he doesn't fight Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Berto, Broner, Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Pacquiao, bro, they got all the top welterweights. Now you see Crawford said he might go to 160. See? Like, so just skip a whole division. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. You shouldn't have to move out, but this is what happens. Same thing with Andrade. Andrade cannot, at DAZN, they're not giving him no. Do you know who Andrade's scheduled to fight? Who they're telling him to fight? Will probably fight in January. Please, somebody let me know. Does anyone know who they want Andrade to fight? Yeah, shout out to Joshua. Bro, this is who they want Andrade to fight. This dude from Ireland with a record of 17-2-1. He's been knocked out before. They want him to fight this Ant-Man, Paul Rudd looking motherfucker, bro. They want him to fight this Guardian of the Galaxy, Christian Slater looking motherfucker, bro. Like, Andrade, bro, look at his KO percentage. 25%. He 5'10.5". Because he beat Luis Cuba Arias. He knocked him down like twice in that fight. Bruh. Dwight around your lip. Look at the names he's fought. He got stopped by Tom Duran. He lost to Tom Duran twice. Man, come on, bro. This is what Eddie Hearn giving him. You know, this is what happens. This is what happens. He said, but Hogan is a cherry pick. Yeah, and Danny Garcia fighting Ivan Redkach, who just stopped Devin Alexander. That's, you know, the worst fight they've ever heard of in the comment section. But Jaime Munguia is fighting Spike O'Sullivan and on DAZN. And Lucas Keeler is probably fighting Demetrius Andrade. See, they doing Andrade wrong, bro. Why is he fighting a 32-year-old with that record, under 6 feet, from Ireland, ain't had no non-domestic names, been stopped before, but he can't get Canelo or Triple G? I would even like to see Andrei Derevyanchenko. Bro, they're not even trying to get him nobody. Andrei versus Derevyanchenko is a good fight. You know, see if he can do better than Triple G and Jacobs, just like you did with Selesky. They talking about Lucas Keeler. Man, oh, it's just mandatory. Whatever. That's my time, folks. That's what's going on in boxing. No, Boo Boo's raw as hell. But I'm saying it's unfortunate, bro. If Terrence Crawford or Boo Boo, as dope as they are, well, not as much Crawford, because Crawford has had a continuous career. Boo Boo, his career has been like this, because he had promoter issues and disappeared and shit like that. But what I'm saying is, like, it's hard to. You just need contemporaries, bro. That's just what it is. You need contemporaries. People have to feel there's a threat level for your best fight. Like, we knew Wilder was in there with someone more skilled for him and who had experience in general, 500 Emmys, and experience with him particularly. So that's what made it a threatening fight. This your boy Johnny from Vegas. I don't know Johnny from Vegas, but what's poppin'? I'm just saying, what, like, remember what I said earlier? What has Eddie Hearn done for American boxing? Please let me know. Name something. Andrade ain't getting nobody. And even, like, to be honest, I don't know why, but I'd rather see Andrade versus Chavez Jr. than Jacobs. I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. And I think Jacobs just got Canelo. So he at least got an opportunity. Andrade ain't getting shit. Andrade would be at more of a weight deficit. Or, you know what I'm saying? Because Jacob said he was going to 68. Bro, I want to see how Andrade would do with Chavez. I mean, I know he would beat him, but I'm just saying his style. I don't know. Stylistically, I like that. But Andrade is raw as fuck, and he ain't giving him no big work. He ain't giving him no big fights. He fighting Danny Jacobs' leftovers, Selesky and shit like that. Like, even Gabe Rosado versus Andrade is better than Lucas Keeler. What, don't y'all think? I don't know, man. That's why you got to pick your team and pick your team wisely and make sure they're able to secure some of the fights that you need. Because, I don't know, it just looks ugly if you can't get, it's not, in some guys, it's not about they don't want the fights. Andrade, Crawford, they want the fights. It's just a matter of, can you get them? Anyway, I'm out. Appreciate you guys for your time. We'll talk about some of this stuff more later. We working. Peace out, Cursor. Thanks to the shooters. They held it down great.